Hello, on today's video we're making flapjacks. First up, I'll talk you through basic flapjacks that only use 3 ingredients and then healthier flapjacks. Basic ingredients of flapjacks are oats, butter and sugar, all of which are a yummy combination. Then after this version, I'll show you a healthier version. It's because they've got a lot of sugar in and a lot of butter in ordinarily.
I'll get the butter.
Which isn't very healthy.
Wait, really? Butter's not healthy?
It's not healthy. Okay, well, if you want to get the things for me, that would be really handy.
Okay, what do we need?
Okay, we need butter. We're going to need sugar. And we're going to need oats.
This new pack or is this?
That's the perfect pack of butter. There we go. We've got ingredient number 1. Need oats.
Oats.
They're down there in that cupboard. I'm going to talk you through a really easy recipe. No measuring, no faffing about, only 3 ingredients. But it is more unhealthy than the recipe I'm going to demonstrate to you. But it's really tasty. There's loads of oats in here. Look at those oats. Oh my goodness, so many oats. And then can you get sugar as well?
Okay.
Great. It's good having an assistant in the kitchen. To make easy 3 ingredient flapjacks, you'll just need 175 grams of butter, 175 grams of brown sugar, 250 grams of oats, and that is it. You just mix it all around. Yep. And then you put it in your tray, squidge it flat.
What kind of tray?
Score it into squares.
Any tray.
Into a baking tray.
Okay.
Yeah, a well-greased baking tray. And then you put it in the oven at...
As simple as that.
Yeah, 30 to 35 minutes at 190 degrees, which is
I just want to make
170 with a fan.
I just want to make this flapjack since I can't wait to taste them, so I just want to make
Yeah, so do you want me to just stop talking about the
yeah.
flapjacks? Okay, so anyway, that was the easy version. And in cups, that's 1 cup sugar, 3/4 of a cup of butter, and 2 cups of oats. Smush it about in a bowl. Put it in a greased baking tray, and put it in the oven on 190,
and
30 to 35 minutes, job done. And you can add in other stuff as well. So you could put a pinch of cinnamon, pinch of salt, sometimes people put in. You could put in a few raisins or, you know, any seeds or nuts that you want. But that is the basic recipe, but it's not that healthy. Yeah, say something.
And the most important part that you need in flapjacks, you always need it.
Oh, it's heavy.
Please.
Oats, absolutely right. Okay, so now you know the easy 3 ingredient recipe. We're actually going to start cooking the healthy recipe. This is the healthy recipe of flapjacks. We're not going to use any sugar in this.
I thought we were just going to make them, not talk about.
No, we are going to make them. I'm just telling everyone. We're not going to use any sugar at all, even though the last one used brown sugar. We're going to use minimal butter. And instead, we're going to put honey in. Is that okay, honey?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to put dates or raisins in to help sweeten it. And we're going to use 2 bananas. And that's about it. So let's kick off, shall we?
I'll get the banana.
Yeah, 2 bananas, please.
Okay.
And then I'll go and get the honey. And then I'll get the raisins, because we don't have dates. We're going to use raisins. And the cinnamon. And then, oh yes, this is perfect. Bananas that are on the turn. Bananas that need using up are perfect for these flapjacks, which are like these. Because often when bananas are brown, they're going to go squidgy any moment, aren't they? Yeah, exactly like that. Right, okay, do you want to get the cinnamon? You don't know where that is, do you? You get the honey, I'll get the cinnamon. We'll reconvene and we'll start making our flapjacks, yeah?
Yeah!
High 5. Woo, 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 woo. That was more than 5. High 50.
Here's the honey. Here's the honey.
I actually can't
Yummy.
find the cinnamon.
Wait, we can make a flapjacks.
Well, we don't have to have cinnamon, but we have got cinnamon. Okay, so now that we have assembled all our ingredients, it's time to preheat the oven, which you're not going to do, are you? Because you can't reach, so I'll do it. 160 degrees is what we're preheating our oven to. So 160 degrees is actually 140 degrees if you've got a fan, and then 325 degrees if you're using a Fahrenheit oven. Because in this recipe we're not using sugar, we're substituting it with other sweet things. So we're using honey and bananas, overripe bananas, because they're even sweeter. Anything overripe is really sweet. And then also really sweet are dates. And if you don't have dates, I don't have dates, then you can substitute with another dried fruit, but the sweeter the better. So for instance, prunes or sultanas are perfect. And you need 50 grams, a handful more or less, of your dried fruit. So I've got raisins here. So if you were using dates, you'd use about 6 dates, depending on the size. We want 50 grams, a handful. It's about a quarter of a cupful. And then what you need to do is boil your kettle, which I've done, and we're going to soak these to soften them up a bit and make them squidgy.
Squidgy. So you could squish them this. Like that. Not really.
So I'm putting hot water in a bowl. Huqs, you're not allowed to do things like that.
I'll burn my hand if I touch the hot water, I think.
Exactly, because it's really hot. So I've got a bowl of boiling water here.
You might see the steam, but I don't know if you can see it.
I wonder, can you see the steam on the... That's a good question. I can't see. I don't think you can see the steam. We can see lots of it, but it's not really registering that well. Anyway, so I'm going to put a handful in my boiling water. So this is 50 grams going in, and obviously it's boiling water, so it's hot. So lower it in on a spoon, unless you've got a grown up. No, because it's boiling water, remember? You can't do that bit.
No, I can.
Well, you could lower it in on a spoon, but I don't want you to burn yourself.
I could use
the raisin somewhere. Can you spot the raisin that I've dropped?
No.
Oh.
I want to use this.
Oh,
spoon.
all right. You can put 2 more in. Put a few more in. There we go. Lower it in gently. Don't want to burn yourself, and we don't want any splashing. Well done. Now those should squidge up a bit. They should sort of take some of the water in. All raisins and dried fruit are fruit that has lost its water content. So we're just returning a bit of it back again. Maybe you could just try grapes instead.
It looks
that's
like
the sort of thing I'd do
yellow.
if I was out of raisins.
Mummy, looks like it's yellow, like you put butter in there.
Yes. So we're gonna let these soak for about 5 minutes or so.
We'll be back.
No, we can do other things in the meantime, can't we? Like put our butter and our honey.
No, I just want to pause this.
Oh, you want to pause it? Okay, pause. Huqs wanted to pause it so he could say
5 minutes later.
But it isn't, in fact, 5 minutes later yet, because in the meantime, what you can do is get your butter and your honey, and you can either put them over a low heat to melt together, but remember, we're preheating our oven, so I always think, hey, let's not waste that energy. So I'm going to, that's the honey, I'm going to pop them in the oven. 3 tablespoons of honey, and it's very sticky and icky.
Why do you keep on saying honey?
Whoa.
That smells yummy.
Honey smells yummy.
And it tastes yummy.
And it tastes yummy. This is where all the sweetness is coming from.
But now, we don't want to put too much.
3 tablespoons.
It's 1 kilogram. I'm just kidding.
Do you think? That would be a lot of honey. You'd need to go and visit the dentist.
Wait, really?
Yeah, honey sticks to your teeth, as do raisins and dried fruit, actually. So it's really important that you brush your teeth really well.
0 kilograms.
What do you mean?
That.
This is not 0 kilograms. Right, we need to get another tablespoon to put our butter in. So for the butter, we need 5 tablespoons, but you can use coconut oil. which is much healthier.
What's wait, what did you just say?
3,
Oh, hi, Kobe.
4. We've been joined by another son here. 5 tablespoons of butter. 70 grams of butter, that is. Right, so we're going to combine them together. Coconut oil is a healthier option. So I'm going to pop that in the oven. Wait. We're going to wait then for our raisins to absorb more water for our butter and honey.
And for our butter and
honey to melt. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
So we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Are you just copying everything I say?
Are you just copying everything I said?
You can pause it now.
You can pause it now.
I'll do it.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so if it's been 5 minutes, hopefully, yay, this is melted. Oh, hang on, I need another oven glove.
It's hot. It's hot.
Very hot.
It's hot.
Okay.
It's hot.
Yay, my oven is up to temperature and this has melted. It's like a golden liquid.
It just...
Can
we just put it over it?
Do you want to? Okay, I'll show you. There we go.
Because that's like a better view.
It is a better view of our liquid gold.
So if you do that, it'll just spill.
Right, so next what we need to do is get our bananas into the mix. And
Banana.
Banana.
A minion would not eat the banana in the flapjack, but the minion will eat it without the flapjack.
So I've got my soaked raisins in a few tablespoons of water as well. There's my butter and honey that's
like
melted.
Raisin.
And my 2 bananas. Basically now you could either chop the raisins up really, really tiny and then mix them in with the water that you've soaked, the bananas mashed up and the honey and butter mixture, or you could put it into a blender if you feel that would be quicker, which is what I'm going to do because we're going for speed. And just pop it in. So, do you want to open the bananas and break it up into pieces and put it in here? And I'll put the soaked raisins in the water. It's only a couple of tablespoons of water that you've put in. I wonder if I have too much water. Should I pour a bit?
Okay, I'm opening the banana.
Okay. Then I'll put in, it's still quite hot, so I'll use oven gloves. I'm going to put in my...
Mama, here's the banana.
Here we go.
Woo. Here's the first banana. Here's banana number.
Okay, break it up and put it in. I'm just getting all the bits that are left in the bottom of the butter dish. Okay, that's 1 banana has gone in.
No, I didn't put the whole thing in.
Oh, put the whole thing in and I'll put the second one in.
No, I'm breaking it up to pieces and then putting it in.
Okay. I've got some of the honey mixture that's still hanging around in my jar, so I might mix it in with the banana.
We can put this in the blender. It looks like the bottom is like coffee and the top is like lemon juice or orange juice.
You could, instead of soaking it in water, soak it in hot orange juice. If you wanted to add a bit of fruit juice flavour in. Okay, so that I'm not wasting any of my honey and butter, I've mushed one of my bananas up in here so it can cling on to the honey and butter that's clinging around the edges.
Banana piece.
Pop it in, pop the last...
2, 1.
Yay, okay, and now I'll give it a swish around.
I can't wait to taste it. When you make this, you might think it's yummy, or you definitely might think it's yummy, or you already think it's yummy. That's loud.
Is it? Too loud?
That's very loud.
So there we go. That's all smushed up together. Looks quite liquidy. Maybe I put too much liquid on my raisins. Oh, right. Bananas. into composting bin.
This is so heavy. It's just so heavy.
We're ready now to add our oats and our cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Covey is a big fan of cinnamon.
I like cinnamon.
I like the word
bread.
cinnamon.
I like cinnamon crunch and cinnamon bread.
So now we're ready to add in our oats into this mix.
Took my whatever that is.
It's a banana mix. So we're now ready to add our oats. We need 2 cups of oats. So Hux, can you get me that blue cup over there? Remember, a cup is about 3/4 of a mug, but if you're measuring, it's 250 grams of oats. We only need 1 cup because we can use it twice.
I thought the oats were over there, but I didn't know we already had the oats.
We've got the oats here.
How can I smell porridge?
Because porridge is made of
out
oats. Okay, so 1 cup of oats, in it goes.
I'm going to do the other cup.
Okay, yeah, you can do the other cup.
Banana.
There we go.
Be careful not to spill it at this part. Banana.
Oh, he said spilling it.
And then I just spilled.
Be very careful not to spill it in this part.
But we could get it back.
Yeah, we can get it back. Okay.
It's so fun.
Okay.
I just said spill,
goodness.
and then I just spilled it.
So now what we need to do is just mix the whole thing up into a big fine mixture. So next what we need to do is you need to grease a baking tray, and you can either use butter or coconut oil to grease your baking tray, or you could put greaseproof paper to line it because we don't want our flapjacks to stick. We forgot to add our teaspoon of cinnamon, didn't we? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So let's add that in. Well done. Okay, so in that goes, and give it a good old mix. You're going to give it a good old mix. Okay.
Why do people call it a good old?
A good old mix.
No, like old.
Okay.
I'm an old man.
Right, I think we're ready. Shall I just check if it's the right consistency? That looks good. And it smells yummy.
Hey, it smells
cinnamony.
like cinnamon.
Okay, so once you've mixed it about, we can pour it onto our tray.
Wait, I just wanted to say,
Yeah.
you could make your flapjacks any shape you want.
That's good thinking, you can. But we're going to make ours into squares, I think. That's usually what people do. This tray is massive.
It's as big as a head. Well, it's even bigger than a head.
We could have made double the amount on this tray.
Really?
Yeah. So it looks like that.
Like it's just
And then I'm going to score it into separate slices, as it were.
I kind of see the squares that you made.
Yeah, you can kind of see the squares I've made.
But you can't completely see.
Not completely. Okay, these are
I
going
could
in the
only
oven.
see like 4 squares or like 5.
So these are going in the oven for 30 minutes.
That's even longer.
Until they're golden brown. So there's more waiting to do, I'm afraid.
That's even longer than 200 seconds.
Do you want to pause it?
Yes.
Okay, see you in 30. So my oven timer has just gone off and oven gloves on. I will see how my flapjacks are done. You'll need to check that they don't need more time. I think these look pretty okay. So here is a top shot of the flapjacks. I've just sort of scored them apart into squares, and I'm going to put them onto a wire rack to cool off before the tasting. Taste test time. Okay, go for it. In it goes. Yeah,
They're very yummy.
good. Would you recommend people to make these flapjacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty easy and simple.
You want
another one? Okay, just be careful. It's not too hot. Really, you should wait for them to cool. Okay, and Kobe's going into
But they're not that
the
hot
second one as well.
anyway.
Okay, whatever. I'm going to try one too as well now. Yeah, really good.
I want a fourth one.
Okay.
I want a third one.
Okay, you can all have more flapjacks. We haven't even waited for them to cool yet. Finally, there they are on the cooling rack. Healthy flapjacks ready to be eaten. And very yummy they are too. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and spread the word. See you next time. Bye.